Background and history of dissociative identity disorder. First case was documented in 1584 by Jean Ferry in her exorcism activity. The symptoms exactly matched those are found in DID today, such as multiple alters which with their own name, identity, and identifying features. This resulted from childhood physical abuse, possibly sexual abuse. Second case was documented in 1623. Sister Benedetta, who was supposedly possessed by three angelic boys who beat her to cause chronic pain. When they took her control her body, each spoke with a different dialect, tone of voice, while using different facial expressions. She suffered from self-harm and eating disorder. As shown, DID has a history of being mistaken for possession. After no longer acceptable, people with DID were hysterics. Hysteria is a primary dissociative in nature and involved disturbance of memory, consciousness, alter, identity, and body functions which present the same symptom today associated with DID. The first officially diagnosed with multiple personality disorder in 1882 was Louis Auguste. He was physically abused and neglected as a child, attacks of hysteria. One attack occurred when he was 17 and bitten by a snake. He lost use of his leg for almost 1 year, and when the use returned after 50 hours attack, he did not remember any of this event. In 1918 was first acknowledged in the DSM under hysterical psychoneurosis, a subgroup of psychoneurosis and neurosis, which is included alternated state of consciousness acting on normally unknown desires, amnesia, and sensory and motor disturbance. This placed the DID under hysteria label. Similar this time, the term of schizophrenia was introduced. One reason for this is the original description of schizophrenia included multiple personalities. Many of those diagnosed and treated as having schizophrenia should have been diagnosed as DID. But because schizophrenia was the more popular diagnosed, that was what officially recognized. The paper Confusion of Tongues came out 1932-1949, described that dissociation and subsequent splitting of the personality were linked to childhood abuse. But theory involving the subconscious mind was unpopular, and few paid attention on this paper as schizophrenia still dominated over DID diagnosed.